All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it. This is serious business. Serious business with two serious guys.
Huh.
It's Paul. It's Gorman. Give me 2 seconds as I let the world know we're live. They're missing all this magic. All right, cool. All right, so my brother, what are you drinking tonight? What's the good word?
What I got here? I got Supper Club, premium lager from Capital Brewery in Madison, Wisconsin.
Ah, yes, lovely downtown Madison, Wisconsin. How is
hmm
Wisconsin this time of year?
It's actually really nice this time of year.
Nice, nice. All
Um, Nice, about like 70.
right, all right. Take it, man.
Perfect, perfect evening to sit inside and do a podcast.
A perfect day to just waste time having a conversation with somebody who has no idea what he's talking about. Gorman, your character Brock Newblood has been on a run. Is this how does this run feel? How does this rank as far as like times in your time in the hobby? Because you've been doing this a while, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been doing it a while with only one guy, so
Mm.
that didn't come off that
Or
you know
did
what I
it?
mean. I'm pretty loyal. Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, and a lot of that goes to the stuff we've been doing with like the radio show and the stupid ass movie trailers and all that. I mean, it's I've been having a blast, and you know, Defiance is probably like the most fun I've ever had in a Fed. To kind of just do stupid shit creatively. So I would have to say probably this is I can't think of a other time where I've been more engaged, I
Mm.
guess, in the hobby
Nice.
overall. So yeah.
And you mentioned that, we've talked about this before, but how you've stuck with Brock Newblood this whole time, and you've probably written other characters, or has it only always been him?
Um it's okay. Technically I wrote a different character for a Fed in between NBW and Defiance. He was the Brew City Brawler, and it was just
Okay.
Brock Newblood in a mask.
Okay, wait.
So
All right, we did talk about that. Okay, nice. Okay,
yeah.
but like that's it. You've never dabbled. You never felt the itch.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm weird like that. Like even in like video games and stuff, like once I make a character, even if it's a shitty character, I'm just gonna like run with it to the end. So I don't know. I've always been like that. So
That's awesome.
um yeah, so I mean, um I've always, I guess, found ways to kind of keep things interesting with him. So, and like this movie shit that we're doing now, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just easier to do new for me to do new things with the same guy than come up with a whole new character and everything, and kind of
How,
builds a nice backstory for him.
so let me ask you this: how much of Brock Newblood is you? Because I feel like with something like that, where you've stuck with it, you've kept the same voice pretty much for the same character this long. My gut would tell me that there's got to be a little bit of that in you.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
like you
when I
on
made
like
Rock
to
was,
12, dialed up to 12.
yeah, like whatever, like Stone Cold used to say that, like, it's just
Mm,
his personality turned up to 110% or whatever.
yep.
I mean, when I made Brock, I was just a 15-year-old kid, and that was like, I just discovered the hobby randomly on like some, you know, back in the day dial-up internet search, and I just part of it is I'm kind of lazy too, so I was like, I'm just gonna keep this guy and roll with it, and yeah,
Respect.
so a lot of yeah, I would say a lot of it. I'm still kind of like that 15-year-old kid, you know, just pretending I'm a wrestler.
I love it. I love it. Well, it's worked for you. Obviously, Brock's enjoyed some nice success, not just in Hollywood, but also between the ropes, capturing the Southern Heritage Championship. That's obviously a cool title to hold. I feel. How's this run felt for you?
It's felt really good. I mean, like the build up to it with Joe and Ned and Resin. I'm sorry, Ta Black. So with Straws, I mean, I had a lot of fun writing with those guys. I've written with Joe for like 5 years, so it's kind of second nature now. And since winning it, and I thought the DEF CON match was really fun. I think it came off well, and I credit that to those two heavily. And then recently, like, getting to have a little revenge with Malik Garland on that first show, and then with the Brock Van Patten, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've been having a blast so far with it.
Yeah, and yeah, even you were talking about the possibility of joining Mikey's Rejuvenated Classic Wrestling, which can be found at classic-wrestling.com. Just don't go to the website yet. But you had mentioned you were thinking of bringing BVP there, even still holding
Yeah,
on to Brock.
yeah. I just figured, I mean, it's kind of fresh still because I just kind of came up with that alter ego, and I wasn't really planning anything like that. But after I wrote that match, I was like, oh, this is like his Finn Balor demon mode, but just way more ridiculous.
Right.
So, and then,
So this could be
so
something.
I just,
This could be something he dusts off from time to time.
right. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
actually
Yeah. For like big
yeah,
matches,
yeah. Only the biggest. Only the biggest. Wow.
right.
All right, that's kind of fun. All right, so talk about the movie parodies. So you did the first one was shit. Second one
Over the
was
top.
Over the Top. Thank you. First was Over the Top. Turn the hat around. Turn that hat around when you say that name. Second one was Big Trouble in Little China, I believe. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right. And then obviously Brock Newblood, his ascension to Hollywood greatness is complete with the Born Over premiere. Yeah, what's next for Brock? Have you thought about?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I know storyline wise with the show, but as far as movies go, I don't know. I actually thought about that a couple days ago, and I was like, I wonder what I should do now.
Right.
Maybe like some, maybe Broadway.
Oh shit! Right, maybe right because
Yeah,
the Tonys just happened. He could be up for a Tony
yeah.
next year. All right,
Maybe like a in ring seg instead of it being like the Heartbreak Hotel. It's just like scenes from a play.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay, I think he could get really he could get do some Shakespeare if he really wanted to.
yeah,
That'd be interesting. I think Ned Reform would have a problem with that. I imagine.
yeah.
How would you describe? I had this question written here, and I love this question. How would you describe your writing process? Because I think
Uh,
you and I have talked about a lot of your writing process. I think, but how would you describe your writing process?
I guess I mean for like, you mean like for a match or just like the
Just
whole?
in general, like how you approach this. How if like you had to describe to somebody how you approach the hobby or sitting down to write, however you want to take it. How do you approach it?
I kind of, a lot of the stuff I guess I come up with is pretty random, and it's just kind of like random shower thoughts that snowball into you know just whatever
I love
like
that.
this stuff. Yeah, like I drive a lot for work, so I'll just be like thinking, like, oh, I wonder if I could do this, and then you know and it's nice to have like Joe or even yourself to bounce off. Like
Right.
Joe for so long, just bouncing random ideas off of, and some of them stick and a lot of them don't. But
Yeah, Joe's good for that though. I feel.
yeah, no, I always liked it. I liked, especially like the Saturday night specials and even feuding with Ned and stuff. Is that he's much more organized than me. So he's kind of like the foundation. He's like the wall that I throw the random shit against to see if it sticks.
The yin to your yang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's really good at like the long term planning, which I am not that great at. So, um, but yeah, really I mean, that's really what it is. It's a lot of random shower thoughts that end up, you know, and having you too with the radio show just really helps. It's just that actually kind of invigorated me a little bit more for the hobby because it's just something new and different that I've never done before.
True.
It's a nice change of pace. So,
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun too. I enjoy obviously. our banter in the DMs, coming up with ideas or cooking up shit. This last one was a lot of fun. You knocked it out of the park, and I know it was a lot of work. People don't realize this. It was 41 takes that you sent me, which probably means I'm sure there were takes that you didn't send me. Maybe not. Maybe he's that
Yeah,
fucking
and
good. Hollywood deserves to know the truth.
well, like that was like a thing that snowballed out of control. I felt like, and like when it came time to like, I wrote all that out, and then I am
So,
a
oh shit,
procrastinator,
oh
so
shit. Now I
I
gotta
was like,
actually
oh
do
my
it.
god,
Yeah.
yeah. So I like was in my garage for like 4 hours, just like talking into my phone.
Your wife
And
files a
I,
missing persons report.
yeah, she just thinks I'm crazy.
She's
I don't
got
know.
to. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you let her hear
Well,
it? Did you let her hear it?
oh yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
She was impressed actually by like
Your
the
range.
quality of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
that so.
Oh God. Well, it was, yeah, dude. I was very
You don't see
impressed.
a lot of actors from northern Wisconsin,
Mm.
you know, in Hollywood. I think this accent just holds things back.
I disagree. I think the accent is what makes it. Personally, that's just me. I remember I sent Brian an early cut of Born Over, and his question for me is, he's like, "Which accent is that?" And I said, "It's all of them. It's all of them, all at the
Yeah,
same time.
it
It's
really
all of
is.
them."
It's like the
Yeah.
melting pot accent.
Oh, that was amazing. I also have this question here, and this is a new question. I think I'm going to try and circulate into the rotation. Uh, Writing wise, like when you sit down to read a show, well, I'll phrase the question this way: how do you pop Gorman? Like, what does somebody have to write, or what is it that makes you laugh, or like what is it that, like, what do you love about reading other people's stuff? That, like, if I'm gonna go out of my way, I'm gonna get Gorman laughing with this one.
Yeah, no, like like guys like Ross and Seth, and when people like lean into the comedy, and it's almost like you can tell that they're just going all out and they don't care. Like they don't know if it's going to be good or not, but a lot of times, most of the times it is. Like especially with like Malik or
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Burns. Seth has had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of funny characters. So has Marcus, and
Yeah,
I
I was
mean
just
I
gonna
feel
say
like
Marcus. Yep.
almost yeah, I feel like even like Joe. I
Mm-hmm.
mean everybody kind of has a little bit of humor in what they
Mm-hmm.
write.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's all varied and different. Like
Yeah.
Malik is totally different from Ned,
Yep.
but they still make you laugh in different
And
ways.
then you got obviously
Um,
Strasma and the Reapers
right.
and T.A. Black, and it's I was thinking today, to your point, um, there's a lot of funny motherfuckers in Defiance, and there's just a lot of funny
There
shit
is.
and a lot of consistently funny people. Yeah, and it's impressive. It is like
Yeah.
Strasma's maybe one of the most consistently funny motherfuckers ever. Um,
Oh
and he,
yeah. It was awesome. Just like working with him that Def Con angle and like reading this shit as he's
oh
writing
my
it.
god,
I'm
oh
like,
my
well,
god, yeah.
it's just great.
Like what a mind. Yeah, I think I don't know if I've said this to him. He is to me among one of the true creative geniuses in this hobby. And there's a handful. There's a good chunk. I feel in
Oh
Defiance
yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
You
I
meant,
feel
yeah.
like
Go ahead.
going into no, like how Resin went to TA Black, and and it was so like it's smooth and seamless. If maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
great way to put it. Like didn't feel like some weird forced transition where all of a sudden he's like, oh, I'm just this character.
Right.
Like I felt like he just did that so well. So
I agree. I was literally I was thinking the word seamless as well as you were talking about it, because it's one of those things where it made sense. Anytime you can make it make sense, it's fun. And obviously there's some fun continuing with his story. Obviously, Brush is back.
yep,
Right. So Brush,
that was a big top. That
that
was a
was
surprise.
crazy. I know. Obviously, we talked about it. I think we did the roundtable, and we talked about this. But I think I mean, I missed that motherfucker. I missed that guy in just in the Discord. His personality in the Discord, the deaf food, yeah, his efforts there were missed. And now Henry Keys is your fist of defiance, which is just amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about GVP. Obviously, Like, what do you think that guy would think? Like, if he popped back into the server tomorrow.
Dude, I waited for him to like pop up in that window there.
Right, and just pull you back behind it. Well, you should share to the viewer. You should share with the viewer that you did watch Rambo today. So
I did today, yes.
So you're a little your PTSD.
It's hard to let go of
It
that
is.
personality.
You can't just turn it off. You can't just turn it off.
Yeah, you can't turn it off.
All right. So you mentioned Seth and Seth's writing. Is Seth the writer in Defiance that you've known the longest? And how far back does it go?
So I think it was 2016, like in the beginning. I had taken a break for probably like 4 or 5 years, I think. And I like literally knew nobody in the hobby anymore.
Right.
Like I think I went on the F wrestling boards and posted something like, what's a good Fed to join basically. And Dusty, who was the guy who ran NBW, messaged me and I applied, and I had never been in an angle Fed before. I had no idea what it was about. So Seth actually kind of taught me how everything works. So Seth and Marcus I probably have known the longest because they were both in NBW. So I kind of learned from them. How I had never written a match before. I had never done anything like that.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh neat. So let's talk about, if we can, let's go to the game show. We're going to do it. So obviously, every time I try to do this show, this program, if you will.
Hey, your sound effects.
What's that? Yeah, okay, that's good. Big show. We're going to play a special show called Fired or Fine. And this is an instance where, obviously, as we know, Joe's employment is tenuous at best, and at its worst, it's non-existent. So, as his closest writing partner, I'm going to give you a possible scenario, an actual scenario. I'm going to give you a situation where Joe said or did something in our Discord channel, and I want you to tell me if he was immediately fired for those words or actions, or if he was fine. All right, so I'm going to give you five different scenarios. You need to tell me, was Joe fired or is he fine? Can you handle that?
Okay.
Are you up to that?
I got
it. All right, so we will go for the first one. Joe once suggested that the Bigfoot wizard could defeat a gorilla one-on-one. Was he fired or was he fine?
I think he'd be fine with that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No.
Really?
Joe was fired. Joe was immediately fired. I should have the
Bigfoot wizard, as in like the WCW character.
No,
that was the Yeti.
Yeah, that was the Yeti. Yeah, no, the Bigfoot wizard is canon, whether Brian likes it or not. Up number 2 here. Joe suggested he was going to change his entire arc because Brian was giving some critical feedback. Was he fired for this, or is he fine?
Fired.
That is correct. Joe was fired for that immediately, without cause. Yeah. All right. So far it's 1 correct, 1 incorrect. We're up to number 3 here. And maybe I only have 4 situations. I only have 4. All right, so this is a real thing that Joe did. After a live airing of an episode of Def Radio, I believe it was the Vegas episode, Joe said that everyone had done an awesome job. Was Joe fired for praising people? You think
yes,
Brian?
He was.
He was absolutely fired.
Yeah.
For praising people.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, that happened. All right, number 4. So far, you're back on the board here. You're doing great. Joe once announced that he had accepted a job offer with a considerable pay bump. Did Brian fire him? for this promotion?
Yes.
He did. He absolutely did. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
So
I
Joe,
remember that.
Joe, I'll give you a little hint here. It's always easier to go with fired. Your odds are always
Yeah.
better, and I think you learned that
Yeah.
as we mulled through the game. I think
That
you
first
learned.
question, I thought about a Bigfoot wizard fighting a gorilla, like realistically, and I thought that would be fine.
Well,
But
this Bigfoot wizard, right? It should be fine. It should be
yeah,
fine. And I think that's what we've really established here is that should be fine. What are you excited about? What are you most excited about? Who are you most enjoying? Let me get out of the game show here. What are you most enjoying writing wise from the people here? What storyline or wrestler are you most enjoying?
honestly, I'm really excited to see what this fist round's going to be like with Keys. I mean,
Hmm.
it's I think there's no better. I mean, that is one hell of a way to come back. I mean, I can't really think of a better way to come
Mm,
back.
right.
So I think it really kind of shook things up. I feel like after DEF CON, like everything went like turned upside down. It really felt like a fresh slate for Defiance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really interested to see what happens with Keys and Vay Victus in general now that they're back. Because
Right. Yeah. Are they back? What in what form are they back?
yeah,
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting
and
one.
obviously I'm
Yeah.
concerned about Corvo. I need
Aren't
to
we
know what's
all?
going on there. Right.
You know, aren't we all? We're all very concerned. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. I'm excited about that story. I'm excited to kind of move that along.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm very
Let
excited
me
about
ask
that.
you a question.
Mm, sure.
What what was that like planning all that out, by yourself? I mean, how long have you been
Uh,
stewing and
as far
thinking
as
and
yeah, that little storyline beat, as far as introducing the other one, it's been around a while. I didn't know I didn't pull the trigger on doing it until recently, and actually, I think I had told Joe this. I was brainstorming ideas in Chat GPT. Like, hey, here's my characters. This is what's going on. Here's what's happened with them. What would you do with this? And one of the things they said was introduce a fake MV2. And I'm like, yeah, I've already thought of that, and this is what I would do. What do you think? And they're like, you should 100% do that, which is what Chat GPT does. It basically tells you,
yeah.
wow, no one else is wow. No one's like you. No one writes like you. Yeah, so I'm excited to move that forward. Um, I'm really stoked for the next Def Radio. I'm excited for that as well because I think I've figured out a way to um, feature other characters in a different way that's outside of the
Yeah.
norm. Maybe. So we'll see. I'm excited about that. As far as other people's stuff, it's for me. It's the Saturday night specials and obviously this last Def TV. Brock Newblood retaining the championship, but there's some undercurrents which are interesting, and I'm very super
Yeah.
intrigued to see
I
where
don't
that's
know
going.
what that guy's deal is, Cassidy. I don't know what his deal is.
Just have a drink, man. Chill out. Just chill
Yeah.
out. He's been through a lot though. If you really think about what Pat Cassidy as the character has been through quite a
Yeah.
bit. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's
No, it's
interesting.
weird. I always thought it was weird that like Cassidy, being a new father and everything, and I'm gonna be a father, and then like we're like paralleling each other.
Wow.
So
Wow. Will you have a midlife crisis? This is
yeah, probably.
any day now. I got it actually penciled in for mid 2026, which is nice. Um, all right, nice. I was thinking as far as movie parodies and future plans. I know we had talked about the potential for like I think Lethal Weapon lends itself to some kind of buddy, some type of buddy comedy cop thing called
Yeah.
always works. Yeah, and we could
Yeah,
pull it off. Yeah.
yeah, we could for like 48 hours or something.
Beverly
Remember
Hills
that
Cop.
movie?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. 48 hours is a
I
great
don't
one.
know if Rock could be Axel Foley. I don't know.
Right. I think there'd be an and rightfully so, an online outrage at the casting
I think
alone.
I think we should just, yeah, I don't know. I've actually thought about that. It'd be sweet to do one like that was a big ensemble with a bunch of, like the Expendables or something
Yeah,
similar.
Ocean's
Right.
14 or something. Yeah, and it's Defiance characters. So I'll share with you. I don't know if I should say this. I mean, whatever. I'm gonna say it. One of my ideas for Def Radio. I'm whispering like I don't want people to know. Yeah, that's right. Come here. Come here. One of my ideas for Def Radio. I think I told Seth this. Is at some point I want to do We Are the World, but with all but like I want to we got to rewrite the lyrics and
Yeah.
just think about like Malik doing the Cyndi Lauper part. um all of Seth's characters can have a whole like and just
Yeah.
I'll just layer all their voices over it. It would be I get chills. This is the kind of shit my wife is always like, "Why don't you sleep at night?" Da, 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 da. And it's because I'm thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
it's because I'm thinking about how can we do We Are the World and why haven't I done it yet and what's wrong with me, essentially.
Yeah. No, my wife gets the same thing when I was like doing that script or whatever. I'd run up and be like, so if like, let's say COVID was designed to kill GVP and it just got out and affected everybody. What do you think about that?
Right? She's like calling the police.
Like, what?
You know what's really funny is you just as you were saying that. What about Speed? Keanu Reeves.
I thought about like Speed 3 or Speed
Right.
whatever.
There's a
But like
bomb on a
they did,
bus.
yeah, so we just like they did a bus and wasn't the second one a boat?
Yes.
So
So
like
right. Space
maybe
shuttle.
like the third one could be on like one of those like pedal pubs.
And it can't stop. It can't stop.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so dangerous. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh, I love it. Um, I'm out of topics. Like I told you, I did not prepare for this episode. I came up with the game
Oh, that's
show.
great.
Yeah. But I'm prepared just to shoot the shit. You want to talk shit about people?
Sure, yeah, pick somebody.
Yeah. Thank you. My wife just brought me a beer. That's America.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What is that?
This is a Good Fortune. It's a local IPA from Glens Falls, New York.
Okay.
The birthplace of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which is like,
Oh, it is. It
yeah, man,
is.
right up the road, man, right up the road. I've met Hacksaw multiple times. He's a great man.
Was he still alive? I don't know.
Yeah, he is still alive, but I don't think he's doing well. He was having I think
No.
it was having like liver issues or something, which is shocking. You
Yeah, it's
know,
crazy.
you know,
He's got a clean lip.
these you got to take care of your liver. It's like I always say.
Yeah, right.
Um,
As long as we're not shooting steroids, I think we're gonna be okay.
I think so too. I think we got a lot. I think our best years are ahead of us. Um, so the idea of classic wrestling is kind of interesting to me because it's a period piece, right? So like it's a period of time. What do you think Defiance would look like? Wouldn't it be interesting to go back? Because I think Defiance started, was it 2010?
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
maybe
I think that
2013,
sounds right.
somewhere in there. But what would Defiance look like in 1998? Right? Is High Flyer there? Is Jack Harmon like right? Like yeah,
Jack Harmon and his cream.
yeah, yeah. But like if you think about it, it's kind of an interesting idea to go back. It might be like an interesting one-off or series of shows to just almost like an Elseworlds Defiance.
Yeah, we had Coliseum video.
Yes, a Coliseum home video. Um, yes. Oh man, I used to rent the shit out of those.
Yeah.
Um,
So did Defiance start out as like underground, like kind of like ECW ish?
I think it was supposed to be like guerrilla style, like underground, not street fighting, but it was gritty, very, very gritty.
Yeah.
So I imagine like if you go back to like 2004, it's like in some creepy guy's bedroom.
Right. Yeah. And there's like a lot of guys who are like hardcore with a K.
Right.
Everybody's blading. Just everywhere.
Or it's completely it's all just like really strong women wrestling little dudes slowly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Defiance. Wow. Wow, man, this is hardcore. You're right. It is. Holy shit. Wow, this
When
this is
did when did you start in this weird ass hobby we do?
1998, late 80, 98, early 99.
Nice. That's about
Yes.
when I did. I think '99 is when I did.
And then I took a couple long pauses. Um,
Yeah.
and I will again. I'm sure I will again. But yeah, no. So yeah, no. Right when wrestling was hot, right? Like you said, it was a goofy internet search, and in my case, at a public library. Uh,
Yeah.
is where my journey began, which is
Yeah.
fun.
I did mine because I was in the IWA, the fucking one where you would
Oh,
mail
the
in the
mail away.
money.
Ah,
Yeah. My brother actually is still in that. He's been in it for like 30 years.
it's still going.
Yeah.
How much does it
That's what he
cost?
told me. Like, I mean, back in the day, it seemed pretty expensive. It was like $5 for 10 matches.
Wow. No
But I
shit.
don't know.
Uh,
Yeah.
wow. So like I imagine there's characters that have been rattling around there for 30 years. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hit a
Wow.
couple of his.
Wow. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. We're
Yeah.
losers
But
in
my,
comparison. Do you ever
yeah.
feel less than? Do you feel like the lesser brother? You want to talk about it?
I mean, his guy isn't making movies, so
Touche.
it's
That's right.
not.
That's right. He's paying. You're getting paid
Yeah.
for what you do. He's paying for that bullshit.
He
Um,
pays somebody to write his own results.
exactly. Right. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. No. So yeah. No. I was 1998, 99, and then I met Strasma right in that 99 window.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I think I did. I think he was an HEW. He doesn't remember it, I don't think. But I think that's how I met him. Or maybe it was EPW or SCW. SCW. Um, yeah, yeah. At Straws, Brian was there in the same Fed that I originally found. Like, Brian was there. We didn't really interact a ton, but he was there. A lot of, yeah, it's interesting. And what I think is kind of really neat is that a lot of the same people are still doing it. Like Brunk was not long after that. Maybe even at the same time, just somewhere else. I didn't run into him until a little bit later, but it is kind of neat that a lot of the same players are still kicking around. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I did PCW, which was like part of the, I think that ended up going to turn into like the PTC or whatever. And it was,
Okay. Yeah.
I think Ivan Stanislav, who's in Prime, I remember
I
him
know the
being in
name.
PCW.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well, there was
whoever handles
there
it, you might,
there was the whole, when FWO came out, and then CWL was around for a minute. It was interesting. Those
yeah,
were interesting times.
it was crazy how many people were doing the hobby.
Mm.
I feel like it was like that was like the attitude era. Well, it was, but like for the hobby, I felt like there was so many feds and like, and I just felt like everything was like looking back was so just ridiculous and hardcore and like
Everything had
triple.
tables and blood, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But it is interesting. To your point, it makes you wonder. And I think somebody has said this too. But like, does the hobby die with us? You know what I mean? Like, there's no why would a kid today? Why would a 15-year-old kid want to do this? I wouldn't trust a 15-year-old kid who just showed up and was like,
yeah,
I want to do this. I wouldn't trust him.
yeah. That's true. I mean, they would be some new blood.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's why I came up with that name. I was like, oh, I'm the new guy. But anyway, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, yeah, I mean, do they have the? I mean, not knocking on like younger generations, but do they have the patience and
Just
focus
text.
and
Who gives a shit about text? You know what I mean? And
right?
everything, and that's why radio is so important. It'll
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
AI videos soon. It'll be AI videos. There's a AI
That's what I
video.
actually like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, I bet you like 5, 10 years from now, we'll just like input our matches and it'll just spit out like this full AI like show.
I think we're pretty close to that. Well, I think Classic is going to try to do that. I think that's what Mikey's going to try to do. Just have AI. Here's who the characters are. Here's what the finish is going to be, and then obviously they're going to guide it and tweak it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I just with everything, I'm just learning so much more with just the AI audio stuff that of like
Right.
the things I can do with that are kind of nutty, and it becomes a situation of like why wouldn't every Fed do some kind of audio production like this, in my opinion, because
Right.
it's not hard to do, it's not expensive. Don't tell anybody. It's not expensive to do. It takes time, and that's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
think it's
fun.
well. I
It's
mean,
fun.
I would imagine once you figure it out, like it'll be just
It's and yes, and it's like the way I do the deaf radio is I just have an outline, and I don't start. I have to type what Trut and Lance say today at least, or yesterday. Going forward, I might not type it. I might just speak it. But I don't write anything until I'm writing it. I just have like, here's bullet points of what I want to do. Um, but it does take time to piece it together. It's a full fucking day,
oh yeah.
but it's a lot of fun, and I I don't give a shit that 12 people hear it. I really don't. I dig the 12 people that are listening to it. So
Right. Yeah.
and I think I love the idea of getting. I want everyone to participate, and I'm weird about it, but
Yeah.
like we got Rob this last episode. Rob threw in, which is big.
Rob killed it.
Rob killed it. Rob
Like,
killed it. Getting Lynn's to do it a couple years ago. I want to say it was like probably 2022, 2023, and she did a great job in her little scene scaring Scotty in the studio. I love the idea of just like everybody should do this. I want to find a way to get Billy involved. I don't know how, but I would love to find a way to get Billy involved, or getting Marcus deeper into it. Getting Ford consistently like wanting where he's like, I gotta do this. And I'll whatever they want to do, I'll fucking figure it out. Like that's the great thing is
yeah.
it's just audio. It's theater of the mind. It's just theater of the mind, and it's a lot of fun
Yeah.
to do.
It's shower thoughts come to life.
It's
It's
shower.
it really.
It's a lot of very strange shower thoughts that,
But
yeah, it's fun though.
yeah. But I mean, it's like I listen to like a lot of audiobooks and stuff for work.
Mm.
Like all the time, and like I'm listening to like some Star Wars ones right now. That's got sound effects and all that stuff.
Oh
And
no
like
shit.
I literally, yeah, it's actually pretty sweet.
Mm.
But I was like listening to it like recently when I was driving. I was like, there is no difference in quality from like that to what you do. I mean, obviously the voice actor was much better than me.
We do it. We do this. We make this
Yeah,
magic. We make
but
this magic.
I like it's kind of like one of those things. Like I was nervous, fuck, when I first like did like that over the top one, but then you like you said, you're like, well, you kind of it's a good practice, and if you want to try something, because 12 of your friends are gonna hear it. It's not like
Yes, yes, and it's like this is a judgment-free zone. Thank God. I
right,
there was one night my wife and we had gone out to dinner. We had some drinks. We came back. We're drinking some more. She comes in here because I had to do something on the computer. So she's sitting here. She never comes in here, right? So she's sitting here hanging out. I go, hey, I want you to hear something. I think it was just after the Thanksgiving episode. We had done the Thanksgiving episode in Chris Trutt's house, and at one point, I wanted her to hear the production. I'm like, here, you need to hear this. And so I put on, and it's the part where the amazing amarettos are about to pull a live turkey out of a hat. And
yes,
she was so confused. She was so confused at what she was listening to, and what's the reaction? She was like, what are you looking for? I'm like, what? She's like, what's the reaction you're looking for? And I'm like, isn't this awesome? Isn't this hysterical? She goes, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. And she like walked out of the room.
right, yeah,
And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is brilliant. This is what we just did. What we just accomplished is fucking brilliant. And how
yeah.
dare you not acknowledge that? That was real.
Well,
Oh
like
my god.
me and I got my wife into like MXC. That was
Oh
kind of like a my inspiration to do a lot of the stuff. Was like
yes.
I'm like this like I mean we ate some edibles one night and we just like watched it for 8 hours and she was laughing her ass off. And
It's
I'm like,
so
this
good.
is great. And it's just I mean, that's a lot of theater of the mind. They're just dubbing over, but it's just ridiculous. And I
And it
mean,
makes I have the kind of brain where I watch that show and I think, how many times did they watch it to come up with the scenario that pays off? Like, how many times did they sit through this and, like,
right?
how high were they? And, like, just sitting around and, like, man, I want that job
Oh,
to
yeah,
come. Like, just coming up with just ridiculous scenarios.
right. You're like watching it, and then you start to you watch it so much, you realize that there's ongoing subplots and stuff.
Correct. Right, you are, Ken. Right, you are, Ken.
Yeah.
That is a great show. I got
Probably
my, I got my my wife into that as well. And they brought it back. There was a reboot a couple years ago. I think with the same voice actors. I think.
Yeah, I know they tried Wipeout.
Yeah.
Remember that show?
Yep.
But that was watered down. Yeah.
There was an edge to that MXC, almost too edgy. That was GVP edgy. Oh my god.
Right. Yeah. Well, the early 2000s were just a different time.
Yes, they were, and and much of it is good to stay there, but some of it's good to look back at and laugh at. My god, it is amazing. Brian says he tuned in late. Almost missed it. Joe's fired though, right? Yes. Joe is very fired. Everything is fine. You have nothing to worry about, Brian. We took care of that. Mr. Gorman, I could do this all day, but I have nothing else to say. I've exhausted all my topics. Anything you'd like to say to the viewing audience? We have 5 of our closest friends watching us.
I appreciate you guys listening to me and Paul's crazy shit that we do sometimes. So that's it.
Yes, some of the shit we do is crazy. Yes, some of the shit we do is crazy, but it's good. I'm excited for what we can come up with next. I'm excited. Now I'm really gonna think about what we might be able to do.
Yeah,
I think you have to stay in the 80s window, 80s, early 90s.
Well, I kind of I thought, I was they don't really make movies like this. They do, but they're
they're not good. It's The Rock or Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Right. Or they're somebody you don't know, and it's straight to Tubi. It's
mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I was and there's something to be said about those straightforward movies,
Oh, I'm gonna make a suggestion. Ready? Indiana fucking Jones, bro.
I thought about that. I feel like that's pretty big time.
It is pretty fucking big time, but think Short Round. Short rounds and you might be able to.
I mean, we should probably do an original Indiana Jones.
That's what scares me. Yes, I'm in for it. And it's damn, I hate snakes.
Think of the name right now. You just gotta think of 2 words,
right,
right. Crystal Skull.
Correct. Indiana Jones and the despair of the worthy or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Dude, thank you for coming on to do this. I appreciate you. We will do this again soon. Congratulations on getting the game show 100% correct. Pretty much. I think you had 1 wrong, but that's okay. Yeah. That's essentially good. Mr. Gorman, thank you, my friend, for coming on the show. We'll do this again. And until next time, that's all I got, bro. I got nothing.
All right.
Yep, just keep waving. Yep. We're going to wave for 4 minutes. Can you wave for 4 minutes? Let's see how this goes.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like I got massive.
O vento me enche a vela de sonhos que eu vou partir, mas vou voltar.